Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, if you're tuning in as this gets released, go and watch our live stream. There's another hour to go, and then come back to this video. You can join in with the chat. If you've come to this after joining in with the chat and watching the live stream live, thank you so much for joining us, and wasn't it fun? And welcome to this video. And if you're joining it without having been aware there was a live stream on or not trying it, give it a look to the VOD after you've watched this video. It'll be up on the channel under live, try it. We are in the Blueprints house for the live stream. It's about the 10th time the 10th time that we've done a video about it, but about our 40th visit to the house in terms of house days, which are a time concept that applies there and nowhere else. That's great fun, and I do enjoy doing that with Simon. Now, a few days, maybe a week or more ago, I tried another puzzle by Morphy, which featured chess rules. And I talked about Paul Morphy, the former chess champion. And Morphy has sent us another puzzle with a different chess rule. So that's really good. And we'll have a look at that in a moment. Don't know what it's going to be like or whether it's going to be like the other one, but we shall find out. We've also, of course, on Patreon for a few days now, we've had up the new Sudoku hunt, the extra bite pack from Skunkworks. It's great fun, 5x5 Sudokus, and they are proving very popular. I mean, literally thousands of solves of those videos now, of those puzzles now. Do check them out. Also on Patreon, difficult crosswords, of course, and connections videos. We've got links to, I was going to say Skunkworks, but I mean Sudoku Pad under the video. Have a look at Sven's brilliant product there. And we've also, of course, got our apps, which feature Line Sudoku and Killer Sudoku, but also Fog of War and the Worms from the likes of Phistomefel, Michael Lefkowitz, Marty, Sears, James Sinclair, great names. Now, let's have a look at this puzzle from Morphy. Even Bishops, it's called. Normal Sudoku rules apply, 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Even digits act like chess bishops and cannot see the same digit diagonally. Ah yes, in Morphy's other puzzle it was queens looking at kings. Well, reines and rois. But this time it's even digits cannot see the same digit diagonally. Squares with grey squares in them are even. The digits in those grey squares are even. Grey lines are palindromes that read the same in both directions, so that must be the same as that. These lines also cannot contain more than 2 of the same digit. So in a normal palindrome, I mean, for instance, this one could have the same digit in, no, I don't know, maybe I can't find a position where it could occur more than once. Oh, well, you could put one in the middle there. Those could be the same 3 digits normally, but not in this puzzle, because each line can't contain more than 2 of the same digit. And killer cages can't have repeat digits in, add up to the small number in the corner, so those 4 add up to 20. I mean, it's a relatively simple set of rules. We've got these even chess bishops to bear in mind. I do not have a bishop in my little bag, but I'm going to get out my queen piece just to remind me of this diagonal rule. And let's get cracking and see how we do. So, do we start with the cages, none of which are giveaway cages, I don't think. No, I'm going to start. Right, that extra palindrome rule is very interesting, because I think this line looks like it's either 18 cells long or nearly 18 cells long. Let's count the digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 cells long. That is a significant total, given that the lines cannot contain more than 2 of the same digit. So obviously those 2 are the same digit, but that can't appear again on the line. Same for those 2, etc., etc., etc. And by the time we get to the central digit, which might be this one or this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's this one. That is only appearing once on the line, because all the other digits, all the other 8 Sudoku digits will have appeared twice on the line. So that is helpful, being 17 cells long. I don't think this one is as long. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And this one is a real shorty in comparison, 9 cells long. So we're definitely going to start with this one. And what I'm going to do is apply a colouring mechanism. So I'm going to say, let's use my 9 colours. And this is where I now need my colours to be a bit distinct. And my green is not distinct enough. So I'm going with a darker green, if possible. Let's go with that green. Is that different? That's different from my other green. So we'll do that. And I'm going to make those dark green and these bright blue and these red and these grey. Trying to make sure I get the order right here. Those pink, then yellow. And these must all be the same by palindrome rules, because we're reading the same from both ends. Bright green, orange in those two, and dark blue in the middle. Those are my 9 colours. Now, they are the 9 colours that populate the grid. And I'm going to see if we can get the grid populated. Literally, I'm going for, not going for broke. I'm hoping to get the whole grid populated with these colours somehow. Yes, and this dark green colour, where does that go in row 7? Not in this box, not in this box. It must be there, because it's not the same as any of the other colours because of the palindrome rule. Then the other 2 digits we have to put in this include orange, which can't go there because of this. So orange goes there. This is the 9th colour, which is dark blue, the central cell colour. So I've done that whole row. And this is what I was hoping to achieve. So let's see if this, I have a feeling this might not carry on, but where does light blue go? In this box, not in those cells. So in one of those 2. Now, that would be on the palindrome in position 4. Okay, that could be light blue. Maybe we need to start colouring, or at least considering, this other palindrome. In fact, let's start with this digit. Okay, I don't know what digit it is. I'm going to turn on all the tools. Let's call this digit A, and where it repeats on the palindrome puts it there and there. Now, A cannot be orange or dark blue according to column 3. Therefore, A's position in row 6 is going to have to be there. Now, A now cannot be any of those colours, or that one, or these 2, or that one, or those 2. So are we down to a usable selection? Let's just look at my colour palette. This used purple, pink rather, grey, yellow, the central 3, green and orange. So I've got both blues, red and dark green left over. This sees red, this sees dark blue. So I've got light blue or dark green in this colour. That's not quite as precise as I was hoping to get. And I was using that cell because it's in this box with 5 colours, but it's on the palindrome, on the second palindrome as we go up the grid. And I thought that might be helpful. Now, this row needs a red. And that can't come here, we've just discovered. And it can't be there by Sudoku on reds. So it's in one of those 2 cells. But they are on the palindrome into one of those 2 cells. 2nd and 3rd on the line. So then red must be in one of these 2 cells. This is by Sudoku this time. Actually, this cage is very interesting. Oh, I haven't been using the even digit rule, but I don't know what is even. I don't have any clues about what is even. I think that comes later. I mean, maybe the cage totals are clues, but they're not for me yet. Right, I'm looking at this cage versus this cage. This is quite interesting. Because what digits go in this cage? Definitely dark blue does somewhere. And red does. And one of these two must, because the only digits missing in this T in this box, we've got red, both blues, and dark green missing. So one of them is going to miss the cage, and it's one of these two. But the other three are all going to be shared digits from this cage, aren't they? They are. Dark blue is here, red is here, and either that or that. So I don't know which the three shared digits are, but I know there are three shared digits. So there's only one distinct digit between those two cages. It's pink in this one, and I don't know which in this one. But the difference between those cages, and therefore between the distinct digits, is 8. Now, I know there are only two Sudoku digits with a difference of 8. They are 1 and 9. So this lower cage must have a 1 in that isn't replicated in the other cage, and that now has to be the pink colour. So we've found a digit. That's weird. I suspect this is exactly the right way to start the puzzle, although I've made choices and maybe I've just got lucky. I've just noted something else that I'll do in a moment. Now, there's a 9 in this cage, and it's in whatever digit turns up here, outside the cage, but is in this one. So A has become a 9. I don't know its colour. It's in one of those two cells. And then the other two digits no, hang on. I don't know. The other three digits in the cage, dark blue, red, and whichever is the shared digit in the cage, add up to 15 each time. Right, the other thing I noticed is that orange is in one of those two cells, and they're both on the palindrome. It can't, sorry, I was trying to mark it in there. This orange says it can't be here, but it needs to be in row 4 somewhere. So these are what? The 5th and 6th cells along the palindrome. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're those two. Well, we know it can't be there because of this. So that must be orange, and that means that one must be orange, and this one must not. And then we're going to get orange in one of those two positions, and we know which one. We can't put it there on the palindrome or it would appear here. So it's there. Then we've got orange in one of those two cells, but we know it can't be on that palindrome because that would put it here. Oh, it's beautiful, this. So we get an orange there. Then one of these two is orange. One of these two is orange. And we can't do those, I don't think. But we've done 7 of the oranges in the grid. We are fruit farmers suddenly. Now, oh no, I mean there's no repeats. There's no further red on this palindrome. Is that useful? I hadn't thought about that, but it's one of the rules. Oh, I wonder if this is a 1-9 cage. I don't know. I mean, there is something interesting. Sorry, that's a phone call. Give me 1 second and I'll be back with you. Oh, no. I'm not taking that now. Sorry. Now, I was going to observe there's no 9 in this cage. Because if there was, it would be here. And it can't be there because we can't have another 9 onto this palindrome and it couldn't go there. Oh, sorry. The caller is back. I'll be back with you in a second. Right. Sorry about that. Let's see where I was. We would just investigate. Well, we've done orange, and that was good. Okay, I'm just going to look for anything that's suspicious. Should I look for other cages with an 8 difference? I don't think so. This 5 cage is interesting. Obviously, that can't be a 1. I don't know. Maybe I should be able to deduce that orange can't be. Oh look, orange could be even because I don't think there are necessarily any connections on diagonals. Yeah, okay. And blue blue, there is. So blue is not even. Blue is odd. Oh, well, that could be interesting. Because blue's in this cage. This can't be all odd digits, can it? Oh, yes, it could. 1357 works exactly. Oh, I don't know. I'm getting a bit confused. Let's try and do a bit more palindrome work, because that was going well, and I kind of stopped when I got excited by other things. So this box needs bright green, yellow, and dark blue. I don't know how to use that. Oh, this row. What do we have left to go? Both? No, not both blues. Light blue, dark green, red, and pink. Pink is not there, and it's not there. Pink is in this cage, and pink is a 1. So the other 2 cells in this cage add up to 10. And what does that mean? There's a 1 and a 9, and then this is part of a pair that adds up to 10. Along with... Oh, well, can it be that one? If 1 was there, these 2 would add up to 10. They would appear here and here in a... No, wrong. Here and here in a 16 cage. And those 2 would add up to 6. Well, that does look doable. Sorry, I just don't know. I don't quite know what to do. Well, you can see that before your very eyes. Pink is a 1. I can write the number 1 in there. Okay, the 21 cage now contains... Oh, it definitely contains a 9, because my 2 possible colours for 9 put them in one of those positions. I mean, I could have done that from the palindrome over here, couldn't I? Didn't think of it. Oh, does there have to be pink on this? This line's only 15 cells long, so one of the colours is missing from it. There are 7 repeats. 1, is that the middle? I don't know which is the middle. This one is the middle. 1 single cell that doesn't repeat. Oh, and these are the 7 repeats. I don't know. So one of these 2 is the middle cell on that line going there, and the other one doesn't appear on the line anywhere. I mean, there's a lot of information, but I'm not actually managing to deduce any noise out of it at the moment. Sorry, I'm not really getting very far in this. 9 is almost forced into this 18 cage. It is forced into it. That's interesting, because if 9 is light blue, that 9 means 9 can't be in any of these cells, and light blue would have to be in one of those 2. If 9 is dark green, it's already in the cage. So there is a 9 in this 18 cage, and 3 lowish digits adding up to 9. But we know there's a 9 in one of those cells, so it's not here. So one of these is 9, either dark green there or light blue here. And this 21 cage, what do we know about that? The other 3 add up to 12. And there we're selecting from, I don't know. We're not having pink 1 in that cage because it's here. So the other 3 that aren't 9 are from, they could be 3, 4, 5, but otherwise they have to have a 2 in. It's almost information, isn't it? It's just not enough. Can this be a pink 1? I've got, no, hang on. I've got to use the bishop's rule a bit more, or start colouring this line somehow. Let's at least consider other digits on this line. Like this first cell. I mean, there are things that can't be already. What do they include? They include orange, pink, yellow, light blue, red, which is in one of those, orange, pink, yellow, light blue, and red. Grey is ruled out here as well. So we're down to 3. And they are dark blue, bright green, and dark green is still possible. Oh, if we could rule out, oh no, it's dark blue, dark green, and bright green. Oh, I don't know. That's difficult. I don't know what to do with that. Do this 20 and this 21 cage have to share digits? Well, they don't share the 1. They do share the 9. So the other totals differ by 1. They do share the 9. Differing by 1's not exciting. That differing by 8, that was a brilliant spot. I mean, I'm probably not going to replicate that kind of finding in this puzzle. And if that's part of the path, I think I was very lucky to find it when I did. No, I don't know. Okay, let's do some other. Right, 9 in this box. It's not on the even cell, and it's not in orange, and it's not in those cells by Sudoku. So it's on one of the first 4 cells of this line. And that means it's on one of the first 4 cells from the other end of the line, and it's not in this second position, because that's an even digit. So one of these is 9, positions 1, 3, and 4. Now, if 9 was there, this would be a 1, 2, 4 triple. And that would be an even cell that wasn't 1, 2, or 4. Now this replicates on this line there. That's an even cell. Oh, maybe I should just try and find that cell in the grid. Okay, let's call, we used up our previous A, so let's call this A. And it's there, and it's even. And therefore it obeys the rule that it's a chess bishop and can't see its friends on a diagonal. So A already can't be there or there in box 5. Now on the diagonal it can't be there. It's clearly not in the 9 cage. And I can also say that A is not dark blue because dark blue sees itself on the diagonal. So the A in the middle box must go there. Now A is in one of these 3 cells, but it's even, so it can't see itself on the diagonal. So it's either yellow or grey. This A is either yellow or grey. And let's just keep going with that. Oh yeah, look, hang on. It sees yellow here, so it's not yellow. A is grey. There we go, lovely. The diagonal has sorted that out. Okay, let's get rid of the A's because A has become grey and we've got quite a lot of grey. Now, one of those 2 is grey. The diagonal says not that one because it would hit that. So grey in the corner, grey in one of those 2, and the diagonal, one of them sees this, that one does. So grey goes there. Then that sees grey on the diagonal. Grey is here. And hopefully now we've coloured all the grey in the grid and none of them see each other on a diagonal. It looks good. Looks like it's right. That's excellent. Right, that's fixed orange down here, which we thought might turn out to be that digit, and it hasn't. Orange is even as well. Orange and grey are both even. Now, what's this cell? This is the 3rd even square in the grid. So we'll call it B this time. I don't know why I use A both first times and B the second time. There's a fabulous clip of Jamie Redknapp as a football pundit wanting to make 4 points, and he numbers them. He numbers that it's either, I think it goes 1, blah, 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 A, blah, 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 A, blah, 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 A, 4th point. It's very confusing. Anyway, B is even. So B obeys this rule as well. Now, it's on the palindrome. Oh, in the 2nd position. Yes, I mean, that's how I did that, sorry. So it's there or there. But if it was here, it would be 1, 2, 3 there, and it would clash. So it's not there, it's here. This is B. Now we're going to crash into a colour if we keep going, I hope. That's the plan. Now that B, remember B obeys this bishop's move rule. So that B sees these cells and those two. B is even, so it's not 9, so it doesn't go there. So it's either that digit or it's yellow or green. Does this B see either of them on the diagonal? No. I don't know. Maybe I can't carry this on because I'm not taking this south of this point in the grid. I suppose this B sees those cells. This one sees those two. B is not orange, so it's not there, and it's not 9. So it's on one of these cells in box 5, actually. And that is going to rule it off this cell, because they're both on the same diagonal, and B is even. That B sees these, so these are all ruled out. 9 is ruled out. Grey is ruled out, because it has another position in box 3. Now, B is in one of these 3 places, and oh no, look, this B sees that one. So B in this box is in one of those 2, and on the palindrome those 2 would be the same, so it's either in those positions or those positions. Now, if that is B, one of these 2 is B, and one of them is going to see that. So that would be B if that's a B. Then we'd have B's in these positions, clustering like bees round a honeypot. Then it would be one of those 2, yellow or green. Well, it couldn't be yellow, so it would have to be green. So is that a valid setup of B's? They would be even. Look, we've hit this cell. It would be a 2. That would be really helpful, but it does look to me like that is a possible. No, it doesn't, because look, that green is seeing this B on the diagonal, so that is not how B's go. They don't go here. That's not a B. Therefore this is a B and that's not a B. B is on this palindrome. Now we're going to find the last one in a moment. Well, it's one of these 3 in column 6, and we know it's not grey or orange, so B must be yellow. So I can colour all these B's yellows as yellows, and then I can find the last yellow in box 9 and the last one in box 7, and hopefully these positions, B being even, don't see each other on the diagonals, and it looks good. It looks like that has worked. So yellow, grey and orange are 3 of the evens. Now in this box, grey is even. We need another even to make up the 10. So I'm going to remove the B lettering and we're going to go with C now. I feel that's logical. And C is also even, but I've only got one of them. However, there are things I can rule out. I'll tell you what I can do in this cage. Yellow, orange and grey are not in it. So there's only room for 1 even digit in it. And if there was 1 even digit in it, it wouldn't add up to 16. It would have 3 odds and add up to an odd number. So there are no even digits in it. And the other even digit that's not grey, yellow or orange lies outside that cage, and it is this. Bright green is the last even digit. So it must be C. Yeah, it must be. C is bright green. We don't need to call it C, we can just call it bright green. And then we can find the other positions for bright green using the bishop's move. Oh, one of those two. Yes, hang on, this sees one of them. It sees that one. So we put bright green in there. That must be bright green in box 6. This must be it in box 5. Hopefully I'm not contravening the rule anyway. It's there, so it's not 9. And that's on the palindrome. Yes, perfect. That finishes off the palindrome here with bright green. And that is even too. Now, let's keep colouring and then work out the numbers at the end somehow. Don't know quite how. Oh, bright green is even, so it's 2 or 4 now. Well, I'm gonna letter it. I'm gonna number it 2 or 4. Now these are all odd, so they must be 3, 5, 7, and they include. Well, I don't know what colour this 9 thing is yet. I can't use the diagonal anymore because it was only for even digits. That was the rule. And we've found all of the even digits in the puzzle. Oh, I can colour this because it's the last digit needing colour in the box. That's blue. Then in this column, I need a 9 in this column. Oh no, that could be here or there. No, that doesn't work. I am yet to find a bright blue and a red. So one of those is bright blue and one is red. And this is the 4th digit, that's there. I don't know, these are the sort of same. Okay, what are these then? 3, 5 and 7. One of them's dark blue, one of them's red, and the other one is one of these mystery colours. But they are from 3, 5 and 7, bright blue and red. Oh, let's have a look at this 21 cage. The even digits, it's only got one of them in. Those are 2 of the even digits. And it doesn't have that in either. It's got a 9 in and 2 odd digits and an even. Oh, I think there's a lot of optionality. 9, 7, 3, 2 would work. 9, 7, 3, 2 or 9, 5, 3, 4. Yeah, 9, 7, 5 won't work. So this is 2 or 4 as well. That is the even digit and it's making up the total. So now we have a 2-4 pair in bright green and yellow. This is very unexpected, not how I was planning to solve this. Oh, this is obviously 6 or 8 from the grey cage. Well, obviously, actually, all grey and orange is now 6 or 8 because we've ruled out 2 and 4. Now, this cage is going to be helpful. We can use the secret on box 1. I haven't told you the secret yet. Every box in a Sudoku, like every row and column, adds up to the same total. We know the total is 45 because that's the sum of the digits 1 to 9. In this box, we've had 20 there, 16 there. That must be a 9. Rather unsurprisingly, perhaps, in some ways. In fact, well, no, that's really important because it stops this being a 9. It means 9 is light blue. And now I can colour these light blue. And that's my 9. That's on the palindrome. Yes, I've done the other end of that already. That's now 9 and is bright blue. And is that on the palindrome? Yes, that's on the palindrome with this cell, which is 9. Delete from there. Make this bright blue and this one. And put a 9 in there, and all my 9s are done. Lovely. Now, this cage contains 1, 3, 5, 7. And this beginning of the... we can work it. Yes, here's the secret again. 20 there, plus 20 in the cage is 40. This digit, but I don't know its colour. I do know it's a 5. And that means blue is not a 5, dark blue, because it sees dark blue in the row and the column. So this cage contains 1, 3, 7. Dark blue is 3 or 7. That is dark blue, isn't it? And that's on the palindrome there at the other end of the palindrome. And therefore this is dark blue. And these aren't. These are red and a colour I should know. Dark green, I think. And this is the last colour in its box and is not a green or a blue. It's pink. It's a 1. Ah, and that's a 1. So we now know from the 5 cage that bright green is a 4. That makes yellow a 2. In this cage, we've got a 3-7 pair to make up the total to 21. So this grey colour, sorry, this darker green colour is a 3 or a 7. And now red is the 5 in this box. Well, that's going to help colouring. Right, red is a 5, so this digit is red, and that one is not red. And one of these is red, and there's one, oh, there's one on this palindrome in the 2nd position. Feels like a ballet discussion in the 2nd position. Now, red is in one of those positions, and one of those two. I don't think I need to use the cages anymore. I think they're basically done now. So now I just need to do colouring and numbering and stuff. Oh, I can put a 1 in box. Oh, I could use this cage. That's sensible. We can't have a 7 here because that would need to be another 1. So this colour has become a 3, the dark green. And that means that dark blue is a 7. And that's going to help everything. I can disambiguate 6 and 8 from here. Grey is 6, orange is 8. And we can write in 5 and 7 there. I'll do the colouring in a moment. Neither of those are 7. It's a 3-5 pair that I should know how to disambiguate, and I don't. This is a 1-3 pair. 4, 8, 9, 2, 6. Oh, I've got to use this palindrome still. So this digit is not 2, 8, 7, 6, 4, or 9. And it's there, so it's not 5 or 1. That's a 3. 3's colour is dark green. And that is presumably going to help me with all my colouring. I think it actually is. So I think we've got all the dark green threes done. This is going to be a 1. So is that, and they're definitely pink. And now pink is there, and here, and pink is 1, and that completes the 1s. This is a 5, that's a 5, that's a 5, we know that's a 5, that's a 5, and they're all 5s and they're all red. 7's a dark blue, and we've got 3 left to fill in, and that colours the whole grid, and that fills it all with numbers, and the solution is correct. Even bishops by Morphy. I mean, that's entertaining. I suspect there are other ways to get to that, but that's very clever. And very interesting and very colourful. More colourful than chess is sometimes thought of as being, just because it's a black and white game. Anyway, thank you for watching. It's an absolute pleasure to bring these amazing Sudokus to you every day. Total privilege of our lives, and sometimes to share time with you at the Blueprints house on the live streams. And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.